Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. I'm from the Daily Marker. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be coloring these sweet, adorable images from Waffle Flower. And this is an unedited video, so if you don't like those, please don't watch. I just wanted to share, I'm going to be using these two adorable sets from Waffle Flowers. They are just the cutest, and it's Waffle Flower, not Waffle Flowers. But they're the cutest sets, and you can make the cutest little scenes with them. And I don't have time to do like a big edit, so I thought I would do one of my unedited videos, and last time I did it I got a lot of thumbs down. So if you're one of those that don't like the unedited videos, please just turn it off now rather than the negativity, because it just makes me sad. I try and do fun things and share what I know, and then I get all these thumbs down. It makes me a little depressed. But anyways, okay, so I have this Simon Says Stamp grid stamping pad that I love. The sheets tear off, and I like to do a little color key. So I've already gone ahead and selected the colors that I'm going to be using, and I've stamped the flowers, the little flower, and these palm trees with coconuts and the bananas. I'm combining these two sets, and this little skirt can hang from her. It's stamped the wrong. I'm going to be using this one, and I'm just going to figure out later, once I turn the camera off, where I'm going to put everything. I'm going to cut them out. I enjoy cutting things out. So I just thought I'd share with you how I color these. And if you're cutting them out, you can color them really quick. So I thought it'd be fun to watch how quick it can be. So I always have a light, a medium, and a dark color. You know what? I'm just going to do the whole thing. So I'm starting with my lightest color here, which is E50. And then I always love to have little rosy cheeks, and I always use RV10. I always start at the line of the cheek and just kind of whisk that color in. Now, shouldn't every monkey have a little rosy belly? So I'm just whisking in a little bit of that color, or feathering if you want to call it that. I'm going to take a 0 and just kind of push a little bit of that beige out. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to add E31 on here. And I'm going to take some of this, I guess I should write it down now. So take a screenshot of this if you want. Draw a little cubey. So I always use these colors on hair. And so the great thing about if you're cutting it out, you get a softer blend if you start off your image like I'm doing here. And I always just bring the light in from one side. I don't think, oh, where's the shadow? So I'm going to take my darker color and do the same thing, except not on the face. And look how fast this is coming together. So I'm going to take the medium color again, and I'm going to kind of go from the other direction a little bit. And I'm not really paying too much attention where anything is. Now I'm going to take the E50, and I'm going to go up into those areas and lighten that up a little bit. And I'm going to do the same on the face. I want to blend those. I'm skirting around the edges of the pink on the cheeks. And then I'm going on the body here. Now I do want to take this is the darker one, kind of fill that in there. There was one other thing. Oh, I'm going to grab B91. I don't know if this is the color that I normally use, but why not have a little color to those cute little eyelids? So you can see that I went over the line, so I'm just kind of moving that color around and then blending that in. So I think I will take the 0. I want to push a little bit of this color away here. I always say that coloring with Copics is kind of like give and take. You add some, you take some away, you add a little more, you blend a little bit more in. I'm going to take my medium brown here, which is E35, and I'm just going to, whoa, that can't be E35. Oh, I guess it is. Okay, so I'm going to just bring some in on the bottom there and a little bit more here. And I always go back and add a little bit more dark. So I'm just going to push that back with the medium here. And this marker is running out. Sometimes you can tell by that not much color is coming out, or you can tell by the sound. And you can see here, see how the tip is dry? It's really easy to fill. So I'm just going to use the colorless to remove a little bit of that. Now I'm going to take the E50 and just soften those lines. Now I'm going to take the E35, and I like to keep this mess here or in the lids, because the great thing is you can take your light color and pick up the tip of your marker and get some of the darker color, and this will be easier to blend here because you're kind of mixing it when you pick it up. I wanted a little shadow there. And the brown is kind of, I mean, the face is kind of looking like I need a little bit, some lighter area, so I'm taking that 0 back in. And then I'm going to take the pink that's kind of fading out here a little, which is okay. And then I'm just going to blend that out with the 50 a little bit. And I think that's good enough right there. You can see how the colorless blender kind of gave us some texture because I removed some of that color. And I like the way that looks because little monkeys have a lot of texture on them anyway. Now I have my various ink here. I wanted to add a little pink to his ears. And then I always like to go back and add a little bit of dark just where there's like a little crack or something. Maybe a little bit on the tip of the tail here. And I'm going to, and you know what, probably down here by his, and then I'm going to take the lightest, the E50, and just kind of make a lighter area on that tail just for a little more interest. All right, so that was pretty quick, right? And I'm done. Now you could always do my rag technique, which you've seen. I guess I will just, you know what, we'll do it on the trees. All right, so let me snap these on really quick. And I always, you know, a light and medium dark. And I'm going to use this blue just for something fun and to mix it up. No, I haven't used this color combo before. And I just always like to bring in a different color for interest. A lot of times I use yellow or orange. You know, it's not brain surgery or anything, so it's fun to try different things. But you always want a light, a medium, and a dark. So let's just see. It's okay if you go over the coconuts because those are going to be brown. And the whole idea is to color quick, that you don't have to spend a lot of time coloring. And now I'm whisking some of that blue in. And then I'll probably go back well, maybe not. Let's just see. You can really just scribble it in. And then I'm going to take my light color and just feather, whisk, sweep in the colors on the end. Like that. So let's add some texture. We're going to use a rag. I've used the same rag forever. I'm going to dampen it very well. I'm not oversaturating it. And this has a nice nib or pile to this. So I've used the various ink. I'm going to put it directly on there. And it gives it beautiful texture. Now my heat gun is not plugged in, so I'm not going to dry that, so that'll smooth out a little bit, but see how quick that was. Now I'm going to work on the trunks. I'm just going to use these colors here that I've taken. So I'm going to just, you know what, we got to do those coconuts too. And remember, one of these was running out, so forget that one. Let's have this side darker. And I'm going to grab one more. I'm just grabbing the darkest thing I saw. It's a dark brown. It's E47. But you use the colors that you have on hand. You don't need to use the same colors that I'm using. That's why I don't always like to share the colors, because a lot of times what you have will work great. You can really get a lot of mileage from. Okay, see how quick that was? So if you oversaturate this, you won't get that texture as much. So this is still damp, and you can see all that great texture. And like coconuts have texture, so I'm going to stick it on those. And that was super quick, right? So I also wanted to show you, bananas always have like a little brown on them. So I'm going to add a little more in the crevasse, and then go back over that with the Y13, the yellow. And again, use any yellow you have. And now I always like to go back and add a little bit to that crack, that little crevice. A little bit more on the top there. Let's see if we need to add a little brown here on those coconuts. We could even go and flick in some color by the lines, because the lines are nice. They're kind of a guide. So we can add just a little bit of color, a little bit in the crevice. Not necessary. What else do we want to do? Let's go ahead and use our trusty rag on the bananas. Okay, so the monkey, everything looks good. I wanted to add a little bit more of the turquoisey, the B13, to the cracks of the tree. I just think it's such a pretty color. And you know, it's kind of fun if you notice that pretty blue a little bit. And that's it. So I'm going to cut these out, and I'm done. Could always add a little bit more texture. To those coconuts. I'm going to wet this a little bit again. I'm going to spread it around the solution with my fingers, and then I'm going to, I want to get it on the coconut only, so I'm going to just try and do that. And there you go. Let's see how fun that was, and so quick. So you might, depending on how this goes, anyways, I hope you check out my blog. I'll have all the supplies there. This is a blog hop for waffle flowers, and I'm so tickled pink and blue that they asked me. I also have a really cool another card on my blog that's super fun. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.